Welcome to the Naturally Stupid podcast with
AJ and Sam.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Naturally Stupid podcast. I can't. I'm sure that was weird. I had deja vu to like another episode that we did, and I said that exact same thing with the oh my god, like that type shit. That just happens every time I intro. But we were getting into some whack shit right before we were recording, as always, but it still shocks me of the levels that we go to. Like, we were talking about fake vomit.
Collars.
Yeah.
I disappeared across the country.
Good segue, because that's today's episode.
Part of it.
What the fuck just happened to us last week? Mine's a short story, but you went on a whole ass adventure.
I came back with a possible sponsorship.
And we'll talk about that if we can.
Yeah.
We'll talk as much
we
as we want. Yeah. We won't go into the details because we don't know if it'll happen, but stay tuned, my dudes. But yeah, nothing really happened with me. Kind of shit hit the fan after, I mean, if you listen to the last episode, you'll understand that, like, shit kind of hit the fan with
my life.
Mostly you. A little bit of me, but I don't know if we went.
I don't know how much into that I think we were just talking shit about what happened in my life.
Yeah. I pretty much just got sick because I've been having to wake up, like, super early because of the new dog that I have. And yeah, that was literally it. Because I was like, hey, Sam, I'm sick, can't record. Blah. And then all of a sudden, I don't hear from this bitch. And then she comes over today and was like, hey, I went to Wisconsin. And I was like, back it up just a fucking second. You went to fucking Wisconsin? And of course, if you watched the candle episode, you probably haven't because there's like no views on it, but go ahead and watch it. It's funny.
It does indeed smell like a Kringle.
It does. I asked her, does Wisconsin smell like a Kringle? Because that's apparently what the Wisconsin candle smells like. And she goes, yeah.
It smells like a Kringle.
And I was like, okay, no more follow-up questions. Cool.
That's it.
So now we're here to talk about what
we should post
fuck you were up with.
We should post that screenshot of my maps on
yeah.
Instagram.
Imagine if that was just the thumbnail. It was just you and then Wisconsin. Because I didn't believe her at first. And she pulls up the screenshot because apparently other people didn't either. Straight up smack dab middle of Wisconsin. She was covering the fucking Wisconsin letters. And I was like...
Like, I wasn't even just, like, barely in it, or... I was...
Center! You were centered in the fucking Kringle cheese. Swear to God.
I passed a sign that said Elmer's Cheese Castle, and I knew that I was in Wisconsin.
You just fucking went north and was like, Wisconsin. Oh my God. Okay, start of the journey. I texted you, can't record, and you were like, cool, dope, gonna take a trip. How? Tell us about it.
You said you were sick. I said, okay, fuck it. Pulled like maybe $600 and was like, that's good enough. Packed up essentials, put a blanket in my car.
What's essentials?
Clothes, antidepressants, and hygiene stuff.
Checks out.
Just left. Didn't tell my mom. Told my dad I'd be back in a few days. Didn't tell him where I was going.
That's Scotty. He's like, cool, don't die.
Pretty much.
Love him. Love that
My
man.
first check-in, because I left it, whenever you texted me, it was probably like around the time we usually record, like 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Fast forward, I got all the way through Indiana, didn't stop. Like, I left Ohio, got through Indiana, into Illinois. Had to stop for gas in Chicago. It's 11, getting close to midnight.
Yeah.
So it's like 1 a.m. here. Everyone I talk to over here, asleep.
Yeah.
So I'm by myself, getting gas in Chicago. I went in to get food first, because I hadn't eaten.
Mm-hmm.
set the sandwich
Ooh,
on the back
gas
of my
station
car.
Food. Yum.
Set the sandwich on the back of my car. Locked the car because I was like, I don't trust people.
Valid.
I'm pumping my gas. This man just walks up, says nothing to me, looks me dead in the eyes, takes my sandwich and leaves. And I was like, I'm not even going to fight it. You can have it.
Was it a homeless man?
I don't know.
The fact that you don't know if it was, like, I kind of understand if it was a homeless man, like,
Yeah,
you know,
I
whatever.
don't know.
But if it was just a man from Chicago was like lunch and then took your sandwich.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm like, you can have it. I'll just stop in at McDonald's. Kept pumping my gas. Then a man pulls up in a car, gets out, looks at me and goes, what's your name? And I was like,
Stranger danger. I would have said the most random name.
I did. I gave him some random ass name and I was like,
My name's Bethany. Not Bethany, Bethany.
and I gave him this random ass name. He asked me how old I was. And I was like, too young. Go away.
Old enough to know 911. But too young for you.
He looked old. Like, at least 50s.
Oh.
And I was like,
Daddy.
no. And I was like, nobody know. And then he's just standing on the other side of the pump. And I thought he was going to get gas. His car's parked the wrong way. His tank is not on that side. And I'm like,
so he's just standing there built like Steve from Minecraft, just staring at you.
He just kept pushing buttons on the thing, but it wasn't.
What is he playing? Simon Says on the gasket tank? What the fuck is that?
I don't know. And he kept talking to me and asking me personal questions. And then he was like, so where are you going? And I was like, across the country.
Away from you.
And he was like, do you need company? I said, no.
Who the fuck goes to a gas station, asks someone where they're going, and then goes, "Hey, company?" Who does that?
This man. I said, no. And then he went, well, some guy gave me some stuff I don't normally sell, but you want ecstasy? And I was like, no.
From Chicago?
And
No.
I was like, no, I'm okay. And then he was like, can I have your number? And then laughed. And I was like, no.
What kind of laugh? like villain from like an 80s movie laugh?
He had a pedo laugh.
Oof.
And I was like, no. Then he was like, what about Snapchat? And I was like, no.
You're too old for
And then
Snapchat.
he went into his car and I was like, okay, maybe he's done. Steps out. Yet another red flag with 2 phones. And I was like,
oh, Jesus.
no.
Could have been a human trafficker.
Deadass. And I was just sitting here and I was like,
You don't know what my dumbass would have done in that moment?
Huh?
I got 2 phones.
It was literally at that moment that I was like, I should have asked AJ to come with me.
Don't think I could have, but would have loved the offer.
And he kept asking me if I wanted ecstasy and for my number and stuff. And I was like, no. Stepped out with 2 phones, looked at me and went, it's just because I'm into that interracial shit. And I was like, I finally finished pumping my gas. He like comes all the way up to my window when I get in the car because I was like, okay, gotta go. Gotta blast.
Yes. Me too. It was on the tip of my tongue.
And
Gotta blast.
I get in the car and he's like sitting there tapping on my window and I rolled it
Fucking
down.
Jimmy Neutron right out of there.
And he kept tapping on the glass and I was like, yes. He was like, are you sure you don't want ecstasy? And I was like, I just pulled away. I was like, yes.
Okay. So that's the start of the trip.
Yeah. It's not over yet because I had to pull out and the red light was like,
but wait, there's
right
more.
there.
Yeah.
So I was sitting at the red light. And he gets back into his car. I think he's going to follow me. And then the man that took my sandwich gets in the passenger seat. And I was like, they were together? Or did he find company? Because he asked me if I wanted company. Did he find
Why did it take me a second to realize what the... Because I heard passenger seat. And I was like, did he get into yours? And then you're like, looks like he found company. That shit killed me.
He just got into his own car, and the man who stole my sandwich got into the passenger seat of his car. He got company. He was eating my sandwich, too.
He's just vibing in the passenger seat like, you got that ecstasy? What the fuck is up with the United States? I mean, it's Chicago. Like, no offense, people from Chicago, but some of y'all are whack.
Dude. So I leave. I'm out of Chicago finally. And then it's peaceful. I'm fine.
No sandwich thieves, no ecstasy fucking people. Thank God.
I was going through it, man. I was trying to process it all while I'm just driving. I'm like,
You literally lived through like a Lifetime movie.
I was just. Let's get them into that interracial shit.
Okay.
And I'm usually good at filtering my facial reactions, but I know I didn't filter them.
Yeah, there's no way. I would have been like, am I getting punked right now?
I was like
some hidden camera TV show type shit.
yeah.
Okay, so you got out of whatever, Chicago. I almost said Wisconsin, but nothing tops that.
I get out of Illinois finally.
Yeah.
Hit Wisconsin. Minding my business. And I was like, I'm tired. It's like 3 in the morning over there, 4 in the morning, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm going to go stop at a rest area and I'm going to sleep. So I get to a rest area, throw all my shit in my bag and like climb in the back seat because I was like, I'm just going to curl up here. Locked my car door. I hear a man parked next to me and I sat up because I'm like,
hello.
I was like, what the fuck?
Fucking caveman SpongeBob just.
Mm-hmm. This man steps out of his car and then starts walking on the sidewalk, like in front of my car towards the building.
Mm-hmm.
He has a whole cockatoo on his shoulder.
Oh, dear God.
And I'm like, this bird makes eye contact with me too. And I'm like, the man does not, but the bird does. And I'm like,
It's fucking guard bird.
I don't know.
What is up with fucking Chicago and Wisconsin?
What's wrong with the U.S.?
Yeah, you're right.
It was bad.
Like, Ohio's bad, but, like, I've never heard that type shit.
I was like, I'm going back to sleep.
I'm just gonna leave you and your bird to it.
And then I heard him get in his car and leave, and I know it was him because I could hear the bird. I was not having a fun time.
It sounds fun.
I woke up at 6 a.m. to people being like, are you dead ass right now? Where the fuck are you? So I took a screenshot of my maps.
Ah, so that was the point. Oh.
Because I don't let everyone see my location.
Oh, I don't either.
I have, like, only these friends set up.
That's funny as fuck.
So I took a screenshot and was sending it to people because they were like, where are you? 'Cause someone was like, they kept calling me.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was a coworker. I was like, I'm off work right now. Like, today's the first day
I'm vibing right now.
I answer it and I'm like, what could you possibly need?
Yeah.
And they're like, I need a ride home after work. And I'm like, I am 3 states away in a random town in Wisconsin.
I just saw a bird. Leave me alone.
I'm like having a mental breakdown over this.
Yeah.
'Cause this
3 hours of sleep, and then all you hear is, can I have a ride? You went through something that most people won't go through in their lifetime.
This person goes, did I have a ride?
No, you can.
And I was like, you get off in 3 hours. I wouldn't be home in 3 hours. I'd be back in fucking Chicago.
Right.
And they were like, oh, why are you out there? I don't know.
Mind your fucking business.
I was like, I wish I could tell you. I have no clue.
The fact that you had the balls to just one day just get in your car and drive
Yeah, I just left.
to buttfuck nowhere with a bird guy.
I was alone on this car trip too. That's the other thing. Like, I had
Yeah.
the balls to just get in the car by myself, tell no one, and just go. I ended up like, I think where I was when I looked it up, because I was like, how far am I from home? I was 11 and a half hours from home.
So did you not have... Reboot. So did you not have GPS going up? You were just driving?
Yeah, for a while.
Did you have like an initial purpose of why you wanted to go north?
No. I just knew that north had less tolls than south. So I was like,
If I'm gonna drive to nowhere, I better not be charged that much.
I hit a toll because I accidentally got on the Chicago Skyway.
Mm-hmm.
That toll was $5.80.
Are you fucking kidding?
I was like, I'm broke. Go fuck yourself.
Let me just reverse out of this bitch.
I wanted to. I was like, and what do you do if I don't have money?
Right. What the fuck do they do?
I guess they just let you through and they like toll you when you get home or whatever. They send you something, and I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
And then on the way back, my friend who lives in Chicago was like, you need to come see me because you're passing through. And I was like, okay. So I did.
Passing through.
Yeah. I ended up spending like the whole day in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I was just in a bad part of it.
Probably.
Because I explained where I was and she was like, oh, that's downtown. We don't go downtown.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, she was like...
So how was Chicago besides... Or I guess how it was hanging out that day in Chicago?
Chicago's not that bad. Where I was bad.
Yeah.
It honestly wasn't bad at all.
I've driven through Chicago once, and that was to get... Oh, where were we going? I think we were going to see my brother in Utah, and we didn't want to take a plane because we were dropping him off at college. Yeah, no bueno.
No bueno.
We weren't there for that long, but of course, like, we got Sonic, and I had a chili dog, like a dumbass. And so my stomach was like, you fucked up, my guy. And so I ate shit. And of course, the one gas station we went to, because at that point, I was like, Dad, if you don't pull over right now, I'm shitting. Like, right here, right now. And so he finally gave in, because he didn't want to stop, like, rightfully so.
In Chicago, yeah.
And they either blocked off the bathrooms, or they just wouldn't let us go in. And I was like, Mister, you better get that mop back out from the closet, because I'm a shit right here. So yeah, I was literally clenched the whole time. I was like, you know the meme of the kid trying to hold a fart?
Yeah.
That was me the whole time. When we finally got to a good gas station, whoo!
Did you have to apologize on your way out?
What?
Did you have to apologize to the worker on your way out?
Of which one?
The
one that station. I unleashed in? Oh, I definitely probably did one of these, like the silent, like, salutes, like, sorry.
Don't go in there.
Yeah. Don't go in there. That's Sonic chili right there. It was bad. So that was my Chicago experience, but...
Chicago's just not it.
Yeah. Some parts of Chicago can be good. Because Sam O was born in Chicago.
Yeah. But it just...
Whew.
It was a mess.
So, you're in Chicago with your friend.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you do?
She took me to a place that they make, I guess it's like a family-owned thing. It's a crepe house.
Huh.
And she wanted to go there not for the crepes, because they have Nutella-ized coffee. That shit was actually really good.
Dude, that sounds like a nuts. Ha! Nutella! I didn't. That was just a natural pun.
You made a joke without actually making the joke.
Yeah.
We did that, got Panda Express, and then went back to her house. That's literally it, because she was like, we don't do driving.
So earlier we were talking about, like, the sponsor. You said that was in Chicago, right? So how was that?
It's her family's business. Because
was that the same place? The Nutella place?
No.
Oh, when did you go to the other place?
That, like, I was with her. That's her business. Yeah. We never went to her business because I couldn't.
Oh, yeah.
Because they make empanadas, and a lot of them have onions in it, and my dumbass can't have onions.
Nada.
So,
how did you get into the situation where you found out about the possible sponsor?
Because they started talking, and I was like, yeah, I do a podcast in my free time with my friend. And she got curious, so then she wanted to make one, so I helped her make one, and then she was like, we could promote your podcast or whatever at the business. And I was like, okay. But Nothing's set in stone. It was just like, I don't know if she's serious or like what, but it's a possibility.
Because I'd be down for a shout out or a collab.
But that's all I know.
Yeah. So if y'all are listening, the family or the girl, like, we're down. Like,
I don't think they ever like really listen.
Yeah.
JC does sometimes.
But if they do, they end up listening. Like, we're down for like a collab or like the shout out for a shout out. So yeah, literally just like hit us up and we'll fucking do it.
I love their family. They were like really sweet while I was there.
Mm-hmm.
So they're really good people. But that where you live is not it.
Good people, bad place. So what? I guess okay. So what happened after that?
After that, her mom made me stay the night because she was like, "It's too late. You're not doing this." So I ended up like sleeping on her couch. Left the next morning, and then I just, even though where I was, I think Chicago was like 6 hours.
Yeah.
I just got in my car and like straight shot home. And I didn't get home until yesterday at like 4 o'clock.
So did you stop at all, or was it just like, I'm going home? I've had my adventure.
Yeah, pretty much. I stopped for gas when I needed to and like something to drink, but that's it. Just straight home.
No strangers?
No. I was like,
imagine if the guy came back.
I'd cry.
And it's just both of them. He's still eating your sandwich. And
he came back for another one.
Like, you want some company? Oh, that would have been funny.
No, I just straight shot home and was like, no more.
So, how did Scotty react when you just came home?
I came home and he was like, you're alive. I was like, yeah, I'm alive. What's up?
Yeah, that's Scotty.
And he was like, that's good. I'm glad you're alive.
That's it?
Yeah, he was like, I'm glad you're safe. Did you have fun? And I was like, sure.
That's such a dad question.
I was like, sure. You can say that.
Oh, okay. So you were telling me that the thing that got you through the trip was my Halloween playlist?
I was listening to your Halloween playlist 90% of the time.
Love that! Yeah! So if y'all want a good Halloween, I don't know what I was trying to say. Halloween! If y'all want a good Halloween playlist, like, go look up my playlist. Stars Spotify. It's called Halloweenies Only. And the bio, I changed it. Or I didn't change it, I added it. I put, it's Fallout, boy.
I saw that. I was like, you know what?
Hey, but I'm not going to take credit for that. I saw it on, like, the Snapchat, like, whatever.
Oh, and for anyone who actually gave a fuck, even though nobody answered our polls on the last one.
Oh my god.
The answer was an X. The answer was
Today's
an X.
trivia question answer is an X. Damn, that's funny.
Tinder was not it.
Or whatever the other one was. Badoo?
Yeah. I think that's the other one I was using.
I'm surprised I guessed that right. I was like, it's something. Ooh.
Yeah, because I didn't have them for very long because my friend knew I was going through a breakup. I went to see them that one night.
Mm-hmm. And
she was like, here's these. I had a bunch of people add me on like my Snapchat because she put my Snapchat in my bio. And I was like, I don't like any of you. I literally... One called me. I ignored him. Like Snapchat call or whatever.
Yeah.
He called me. And I ignored it to go text Andy. Because I was already talking to him.
So do you want to talk about him at all on here?
I mean, I could. He likes his privacy, so I guess I could just say that he's actually like...
Just give us the bare minimum.
He's respectful. He actually gives a shit about me. I don't feel used every single time that I talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to see him in the first week of December.
That's cool. How long are you staying?
Just the weekend. Because I work. Why did I struggle with that? I have to work.
I work. Starts crying.
I'll be there for 4 days because I'm leaving right after work.
Mm-hmm.
I have 3 days off, and then I'm coming back the same day that I have to go back to work.
Because Tammy's like, you better sleep on the plane.
Pretty much. And I'm like,
fucking killing your vibe just constantly.
Yeah. My parents like this one too.
That's good.
My dad likes this one, and that's saying something.
Did he not like?
He never did.
He always listened to Scotty.
He tolerated him. But I think I told you at one point, my dad looked at me and was like, "You could do better."
You told me. I think you told me after it ended though.
Yeah, but that was like while we were still together and trying to fix things, and my dad was like, "You could do better."
Yeah, it's always outside people that see the red flags first.
Yeah.
Well, when in doubt, listen to Scotty.
Dead ass. I was like, yeah.
But yeah, hopefully I meet this guy. Because I'm another test.
You'll probably have to fly out with me at some point to meet him, because he does not do planes.
Cross-country road trip.
We could.
That's something that I have on my bucket list that I want to do. Anyway.
We could go in the summer, because I have PTO time anyways for like a week and a half, so. Just put some money away and be like, on our way.
We zoom in.
Unless I end up moving before then.
Yeah. Still in Ohio or the other move?
Cross country.
You bitch. You're gonna leave me here?
Come with me. Just move.
I can't.
Just move.
I'll probably be in fire school.
Go to a fire school over there.
Tempting. That's if I end up going to fire school. I don't know.
You don't even know what you're doing, do you?
Well, because I went to, obviously, the career tech school for criminal justice, and I was happy doing that. But I think it was more of I was happy because those people were like a second family to me, and I was kind of good at the class. But it wasn't necessarily something that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, maybe I want to do, like, firefighting, which if I ended up doing firefighting, I wouldn't be unhappy, but it's just not something that was, like, a dream. The thing I really want to do is acting, but it's just the back of my head is telling me, like, oh, you're not going to make it. And so that's another reason why I wanted to start the podcast, was because it was more of a stepping stone so I could dip my toe into, like, the entertainment world. And honestly, if this gets going and our YouTube channel gets going, like, I would be happy with that. Like, that's one of the dreams. Although the ultimate
you
dream
can always
is
do community theater.
Yeah, I thought about that. But I always hear people like, oh, you're too late in the game. And I'm like, okay, you're right. I'm just gonna go cry over here. I'm gonna go cry in musical theater. I just start, like, headphones in, blasting Rent songs.
People are gonna tell you that no matter what. I literally started freshman year in my musical theater, and they were like, too late.
You don't have 15 years of experience. You're no bueno. And I'm like, because there's people like that, and I'm like, you were literally in diapers. What the fuck are you expecting? You expect me coming out the womb singing, like, Mamma Mia?
Yeah.
I probably was. No. I came out in 2008. I don't know why I said that.
You were singing it from the day it came out.
5 years old.
You probably were.
Mamma Mia. Here I go again. That's not my real singing voice, please.
You probably were.
I love Mamma Mia. There's such a broken hearted blue since the day we parted. If there's anyone like that's actually talented, trust me, that's not my actual singing voice. Please listen to me when I say that, because
Please believe me.
Please believe me, honestly. I'll sing later. If y'all want that, I'll sing.
Like, deadass though, this last week has been chaotic, and I learned that I am very impulsive.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, but I don't think everyone just goes,
I mean,
time to leave.
I mean both of us.
Yeah.
Like all the two of us. Because
Yeah.
I've done some shit. We don't talk about it. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
Oh. So this was a journey. If we have any other story times, I guess, that are worth mentioning, we'll mention them. Because I guess let me know. Do you guys like us playing games, us doing, like, trivia stuff? Or do you like actually hearing, like, personal shit? Because if you do, honestly, let us know. I'll do a poll.
We got plenty of personal shit going on.
Yeah. You want trauma? We got you. Because we were thinking about doing, like, a funny rejection story times, I guess. Which I have like 2 that come to mind. And then I asked Sam, and she was like, yeah, a lot of them aren't funny. And I was like, oh, okay.
They either aren't funny or don't exist because I don't ask people out because I'm a fucking pussy.
Me too.
And I'm like, no.
Except the 2 times, but that ended badly. Anyway, if you absolutely want it, we'll figure something out. But don't bet on it.
We'll really have to dig in deep and figure out what happened.
Yeah. Do you have any final thoughts? Or final...
No.
Nope.
I hope the man with his cockatoo is happy.
And your sandwich.
No. Fuck him.
Fuck him. Imagine if Cockatoo Guy found our podcast. It was like, oh, that me.
I was watching my bird in Wisconsin in the middle of the night that day.
Oh, we'll find you. We'll find him. Interview him. So what were you doing? Anyway. That is it for this episode of the Naturally Stupid podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. Tune in every Wednesday for your weekly dose of your favorite shit show, because that's what this is at this point. For our YouTube listeners, subscribe, like, share with your friends, as well as comment, because I will stick around after uploads to respond to your guys' comments. And don't forget to hit the bell to be notified of when we upload. Support us on Patreon to see behind the scenes, as well as other bonus content. You can also support us on Anchor, which will help us to make bigger and better content for y'all. Check us out on our socials, Instagram at The Naturally Stupid Podcast, Twitter at PodcastTNS, TikTok at TNSP TikTok. And for our gamers out there, we have a Twitch, which is Naturally Stupid, and a server on Discord, which you can just ask for the link to on our socials, or they're also stated down below in the description. As always, I'm AJ.
And I'm Sam.
And we'll see you later, dudes.